Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is the first video of mine that you are watching. Happy 2023! Don't get too caught up in your head if it's a couple days into January, or even if you're watching this in February or March or whenever you're watching this. You can obviously make a change in your life and start new habits whenever you want. You don't need it to be the new year. And I used to be one of those people that thought that the new year was a little bit overrated and a little bit silly. But now I just think it's kind of fun to play into the energy. I love that everyone just sets new goals and new intentions and new challenges and stuff like that in January. And it's like, why not just take advantage of the energy of everyone kind of doing that stuff. This is not super structured. I'm just gonna kind of chat about all of these things. I honestly just kind of journaled out a bunch of points that I kind of want to talk about in terms of intentions and goals under the umbrella of a new year, a new you, changing your habits, changing your identity, my intentions and goals for this year, and just how I'm improving and things that have helped me in the past and things that I'm continuing to implement into this year. First, I think it's super important to reflect on the past year and things that you're grateful for, things that maybe didn't go the way that you wanted. If you set goals last year, if you achieved them, if you didn't achieve them, if you set intentions last year, if you feel like you really lived those intentions or not. And of course, this doesn't all have to be, and it shouldn't all be negative things or things that you didn't do. Bring awareness. I would recommend journaling it out because I just think that that's a really powerful tool as opposed to just going through it in your head. I just think it feels really good to get it all out on paper. Through the journaling, you can bring awareness through all of those things. And then also you can use this next year to reflect on and then take accountability for those things, the good and the bad, the things that you maybe didn't achieve or you did achieve. Take accountability for all of it. If there's things that you're really proud of, take accountability for that and be feel really proud of yourself and feel the gratitude for that. And then also if there's things that you are maybe not so proud of, that you didn't achieve or that you didn't live up to the things that you wanted to, take accountability for those as well. You are the one person who is responsible for your life, and you need to take accountability for the circumstances that you are in. And I don't think that you can improve and grow unless you're taking accountability for exactly where you're at. Stop blaming it on whatever excuses you might have that you didn't have time or this or that, and take accountability for everything. Whether it wasn't a priority enough to you, you don't need to feel negatively. You don't need to feel bad about any of this. You don't need to feel shame or guilt. Release those things because that's not going to serve you. It's not going to help to feel guilty and shameful. That's not going to serve you to be sitting and feeling in that yucky feeling. You just need to take accountability for the fact that you are the one that got yourself in this situation. No one else did. So now that you've taken accountability for your circumstances, you've reflected on the past year, now we can set intentions for the year ahead. I always like to use the term intentions rather than goals. Intentions to me means the things that I'm living through daily. Some of my intentions are connecting with more girlfriends, creating more, eating more whole foods, connecting to myself, getting more into my spirituality, discipline and structure. Those are just a few. From this list of intentions, you can start to visualize what you want your year to look like and what you want you to look like in 2023. So what does 2023 Riley look like to me? Having a visual is so important to hold in your mind. Also, from my intentions, I make a vision board. Making a vision board is one of my favorite things to do. The way that I do it is I go through, from my list of intentions, I just go through Pinterest. I like to be as specific as possible. I like to just choose photos that inspire me. Those are the types of photos that I want to be looking at every single day. Then I just save a bunch of photos, drag them over to Canva. I like to set my vision board as my laptop desktop, and then I also make a little mini version to put as my phone background. I was actually listening to a speech with my boyfriend yesterday, but he was talking about the importance of saying I will do XYZ versus I want. The difference between I will and I want is I want means that you don't have to do it. If you're saying I want to get fit, I want to post on YouTube consistently, I want to start eating healthier, you're leaving room for the fact that you don't have to do it. Versus if you say, I will eat healthier, I will eat more whole foods, I will eat more vegetables, I will hit 100,000 subscribers, I will be consistent in the gym. That leaves no room for not doing it. I will means I have to do it. I have talked about this, but I put out my first YouTube video, I believe 5 years ago. I've been very off and on with YouTube. I have not been consistent because I've always had the mindset of, I want to do social media, I want to do YouTube, I want to make YouTube videos. Therefore, through the I want, I always was able to make excuses for myself because it was just a want for me. Because it was just an I want, it was like, that's okay. It's a pass to not do it. Versus now when I meet people and when I talk about my YouTube and my social media, I just say, I make YouTube videos. I'm doing YouTube. I'm doing social media. Like, this is just what I do. The energy is so different when you are claiming it and you're so confident in it. Saying I will, you are creating an identity. If you are trying to change your habits, if you're trying to change your life, you need to change your identity. You need to become the person that you want to be. I used to work one-on-one with clients and they would come in and buy training, spend a lot of money on one-on-one training, train with me 2 or 3 times a week, and they would think that just by doing that act of purchasing the training and showing up to our training sessions 2 or 3 times a week was going to solve all their problems. The thing that I saw lacking with a lot of people is they didn't want to actually put in the effort. Most people thought that just by throwing money at it, that was going to make them change, and they weren't really committed to the process of changing who they are. I don't think it's enough to set a goal of losing a certain amount of weight. If your goal is to just start going to the gym, you need to get a little bit more specific with that of what does that mean? What are the kind of workouts that you want to do? How often do you want to go? What's realistic for your schedule? Make that a part of your identity. It's in my nature, it's in my identity that I work out almost every single day. It's actually to a point where sometimes I have to force myself to take rest days because it's just such a part of my routine and a part of who I am that I work out every single day, whether it's going to the gym or going to a Pilates class, going to a yoga class, whatever. It's so a part of my identity that I don't even think about it. Using that and fitness being a part of my identity, how can I now, going into 2023 and a big focus of mine being YouTube and growing on YouTube and being consistent, how does that apply? One of the things that I have found is I need to do a little bit of something every single day, whether it's filming, whether it's editing. Usually I'm editing every single day now because that's what someone who is consistent with social media and successful in social media as a whole would do. 2023 Riley, who's successful on YouTube, then I need to become her. Decide what that fit version of you looks like and does every single day. It is going to be a little bit of a learning curve at first. It's not going to be perfect because it's something that you're not used to. It's something new in your life, and that's to be expected. It's not going to be perfect right away, but the important thing is that you're committed and you have that I will do this. Something that works for you, something that you enjoy, that is what you are going to stick to, and that's going to make you successful over doing what you think you should do. You need to stop with the shoulds. So you need to find what you love doing, your groove, what works for you, and that is what is going to work, and that's what you're going to stick to and therefore see results from because you actually enjoy doing it and you actually enjoy it being a part of your life. You can always improve, you can always optimize, you can always work on getting better, you can always continue educating yourself about the best way to do certain things, but doing something is better than doing absolutely nothing. What works for you is the best, and the most important thing over what someone else says is the best thing to be doing. Something else that I want to talk about that I've been guilty about in the past is you need to create urgency around your goals and around your intentions, and you need to stop with the planning. I used to be so guilty of put so much energy into the planning of it, and then I would do the planning, but then nothing would kind of come of it. I would just make the plan and that was kind of it. That's where it ended. But you need to be placing more emphasis on just doing, creating the urgency and doing the thing. What can you just do right now? Can you just edit a quick little video and just get it up right now rather than thinking about, okay, I'm going to do this video this week and this video this week and da 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 da. can you just like edit something together and do it right now? Everything is so much simpler than we make it out to be. We don't need to have this big grand plan. Just execute and improve as you go along, learn as you go along, taking that inspired action. If you say that you're going to do something in 6 months, you're not going to think about that thing until 6 months from now. The last point that I want to talk about is creating a why in everything. Again, I'm going to use fitness as an example because it's just the easiest. I feel like that's a super common goal for the new year. So if your goal is to work out more because you want to look better, that's great, and that there's nothing wrong with wanting to work out because of your physical appearance. I believe that you need something deeper than that. You need something deeper than just how you look in the mirror. If you have a deeper meaning, a why as to why you're wanting to work out and be fit, that goes along with your identity of the person that you are. Using myself as an example with fitness is I definitely have in the past used my physical appearance as a motivation as to why I'm working out. I did achieve somewhat, I guess, of what I was looking for. I did have physical abs and I did look leaner, but at the end of the day, honestly, that is a little bit unfulfilling. I looked relatively fit, but I didn't feel fit. Now I have the approach to fitness and the mindset around fitness more as I want to be the person who is like so fit, and my meaning of fit is more of what I'm physically capable of doing and how I feel. How I'm working out now is a lot better for my mind and my body. I kind of started dabbling into yoga and Pilates, and I realized how horrible I was at just moving my own body. I was very into like lifting weights and cardio, and so I was good at lifting 400 pounds on leg press, but when it came to moving my own body, it was embarrassing, and it still honestly is kind of embarrassing. I want to be able to just move and control my own body. I think that like that's what fitness means to me, and that has given me a greater sense of purpose and therefore a greater motivation and drive for my goals versus when I was solely physical appearance based. And when it comes to days where I don't feel my best, I feel bloated, or I feel like I don't look great, if my motivation was solely appearance based, I might not follow through on my workouts. I might be constantly changing up my routine because it feels like this isn't working, versus when I am more performance based and feeling based, it just reminds me that exactly what I'm doing is perfect and I just need to continue on with my path and do exactly what I'm doing, and I will get the results. So find your deeper meaning for whatever it is for your intention. I hope that these tips helped you. These have definitely, this is just like what I've learned over the past couple of years of diving really deep into personal growth and self-development and mindset work. This is stuff that I also love to talk about and hope to make more videos about in the future. I really appreciate you being here and watching, and I wish you all the best in 2023, and I would love for you to comment down below what your intentions are, maybe your biggest goals, or what you're working towards, or what the 2023 version of you looks like. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video next week. Remember that I'm posting my videos on Wednesdays now, and I love you so much. Bye.